Pazzi, when did you learn of all of this, and how are you feeling about really what amounts to an opportunity, I guess?
Well, we found out this morning. First got here early this morning, and Lars was already here, and he told me that Mac was out. And then he tested, and he tested positive. So we just found out just a few, maybe an hour before practice. We're going to try to keep things consistent. Opportunity, I don't know. We're going to try to keep going the way we've been. The last two games were pretty good for us. We've played heavy teams and played good, so we're going to try to keep it consistent.
Logistically, how will you run your bench? Who will take what responsibilities with a couple guys out?
Yeah, so Jared Bull will run the D, and Kenny will be with the forwards. So I'll run the bench.
After the other positive tests came in, were you concerned about your own test, or did you know at that point that
well, I tested. The right thing to do was to go test myself, make sure we don't spread it around. So I went and got tested, and even COVID doesn't want me, so I'm negative.
Was that how much of a relief, I guess, is that, just to know that you're able to go?
Yeah, well, for sure. We want to keep going, so it was... I'm sure we would have found a different plan, but at least one of the coaches is good to go. And Jared has been on the bench for third period, and he's been around the game for a long time. So is Kenny, so we'll be fine.
That's what I was going to ask about next. Is Jared obviously has aspirations to be a coach someday. Kenny's been around the game a long time. How exciting is it, I guess, from that aspect to have them on the bench and let them?
Yeah, it's going to be a new experience for them. I mean. Running the D is a little bit different. You get to look at the matchups and stuff. So I'm sure there's part of it they feel excited about that experience, but nobody's excited to see Mac and Lars testing positive.
Pascal, can you give us a sense of how close Werenski was to playing tonight? I assume he is not. Is that correct?
No, he's not playing. Boquist is back in the lineup. I haven't heard about Z at all. So I don't know when he's going to be back. It's day-to-day, last time I've heard. But for now, he's not playing for sure tonight.
Any other lineup changes for you guys?
No, Elvis is back in the net.
Thank you.
The obvious question is, what kind of changes in a situation like this? But it's probably not much. You're not really reinventing the wheel. I mean, even when we ask you these questions, you just kind of feel like, you said, just kind of stay consistent, try to keep doing the things that this team has been doing going forward?
Yeah, we're not going to change all the systems. I can tell you that. No, very consistent. We've been all part of it since day one. We know the systems. We're just going to keep the routine the same, the meetings at the same time. Everything's going to be as consistent as possible.
This is obviously a very young team, but there are a number of key veterans, on your bench and your roster. How important will they be tonight? Can they help you guys as well? Make things go more smoothly. Well,
we want them to take charge, and we had a little chat before the practice with the players, and we want them to take charge. And it's a hockey game, and it's an NHL hockey game, and we need to get ready for it. So, like we said. And that's been the same way the whole year. We need everyone to be good in order to compete and to give ourselves a chance to win the games. It's not going to change tonight.
Pascal, how surprising was this? I think it feels like to a lot of people like the COVID was like last month and before. And I don't think you guys are even being tested unless there are symptoms. Is that
correct?
Correct. So when this came back today, was it like, oh God, we're still doing this? Was there shock or surprise in this?
Yes. Well, we knew we had to test if we had symptoms, and Steve had some symptoms last night, so he came in this morning, and he tested positive, and Lars was feeling fine, but he had to get tested, so I did myself, we all did, just to make sure, and it came back for Lars, it was positive, so yeah, it's a little bit surprising, because we haven't spoke about COVID for a while. But now it's back in I guess in the picture. Yep. All right.